All right, everyone. This is season 2, episode 7. Delusion, unless Robert is being delusional. Uh,
Heyo.
got him. Is everybody at timestamp 0?
I'm ready.
In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so Tyler asks, would you have Bruce Campbell back, or are you satisfied with the ending of Ash's character? I am outspoken that I want him to come back, do one more, get a proper send off. Um, Even if it's animated and he just voices the character, I'd be happy with that. But it's also like I'm never gonna say no to Bruce Campbell as Ash on my screen. Like it's my favorite character in live action film or television.
But also part of the fun and tradition of Evil Dead though is I kind of like that Ash never gets a proper ending. Like the first movie ends on a downer, second movie ends on like kind of a cliffhanger. The third one's the only one that gives Ash like a happy ending, depending on the cut you watch.
Lady, I'm
Um,
gonna have to ask you to leave the store.
and oh, remember Evil Dead?
No.
This stuff's always really fun when you get a mix of
Yeah.
footage for both movies. But I don't know, Tyler. Like, if we never got more, I'm fine. If we got what John wants, which is a proper send off, I'd have to see how that's executed.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
definitely something I'd be nervous
of course
about.
it could be horrible. I would only be happy if it is Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell. Like it has to be the original team.
I just don't want them to kill off Ash. I don't want that. It
He's
depends
had
on
a
the
long
send off.
life.
But yeah, that animated show I hope happens. That could be cool. Like I said, I don't
My
need Bruce Campbell
my pitch
to
is
do
if
this
you
role in live
kill him,
action
it
anymore.
should be in the stupidest way possible. Just because that is Ash, like he would kill himself in like the dumbest way possible. But no, this is probably my favorite because this is a genre on TV trope, right? We always have to do the maybe it was all in his head. Buffy also has a really good one to this day that I still cannot tell you if the show that we're watching is in her head or not. It's weird.
Well, you get all the tropes here. You get all the other characters getting to play like doctors or nurses.
Or crazy
You got
people.
yeah, or crazy people. We got Ash in the asylum here. But I think what helps this one is this isn't just a filler episode where we're killing time. It's just we've already established that how this villain is gonna fuck with him and get at his head, and it's just a new way to explore this villain and what he's
It
doing to
also helps that
Ash,
it's
and
only 30 minutes.
that is also true.
The Smallville one is so fucking boring because we have to drag everything out for an hour.
Mhm.
And they waited until season 6. I'm like, no, I already know that. I know
That's
what you're
like a
doing.
season two premise. But like you said, this one it doesn't feel like they're trying to fuck with the audience. They're just fucking with the character. That they're not trying to trick you or make you think, oh, maybe this is what's really going on. No, it's just a new scenario to throw Ash into.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna forget if I wait till after the stream. But the other big thing that they announced is Hitman is
Mhm.
getting a 007 DLC, and it's a timed mission where you have to kill Mad's character from Casino Royale, and if you do, you get exclusive rewards for their 007 game.
That's amazing. So is that do they also have a new Hitman game coming out,
No, it's
or is
coming
that
to the
just
Hitman 3. It's DLC. What's annoying is it launches later tonight and it's only active for 30 days. So, if you
oh?
don't have Hitman 3, you're shit out of luck. Oh, that reminds me, I should download Hitman 3. I kind of want to make Cap watch just this episode
This would be a fun one to just jump into.
because you've seen the pilot.
That's true.
But we need to try also for the channel. I want to try to play the Resident Evil Outbreak game soon because 9 looks like it's connected to those, which is insane. These spin-off games from the PS2 are suddenly important.
I'm sure Bruce Campbell enjoyed filming this episode. He's just laying in a bed.
Yeah.
He's not covered in fake blood. And speaking of Army of Darkness, which we mentioned earlier, of course, I've got my new Ash S Smart Funko Pop. It's pretty
Shop
awesome.
smart. Shop S smart.
Yeah, it's
You know
great.
one thing. You know one thing I do have to say because the chainsaw hand is so cool. They
Mhm.
never have come up with like a suitable replacement for that. I'm sorry, the armor hand in Army of Darkness is lame, and his like video game hand is also lame.
I can't believe you say that when we have the puppet Ashy Slashy on
You know
screen,
what? You're
which
right.
is the
Ashy
best.
Slashy is the best replacement for the chainsaw. I
they,
forgot. I
they
forgot that Ashy Slashy lays like on his hand.
it's so good.
Uh, so because I mentioned Buffy, this also reminds me of an episode of Angel where Angel gets turned into a puppet, and and so you've got this kind of same setup where it's a living puppet.
One thing I know Bruce Campbell has always hated about playing this character is he hates when he has to put on like the fake stump
Uh-huh.
because they're so uncomfortable. So I'm sure when he's filming shit like this, he's like, "Oh, thank God, I'm just wearing a hand puppet or a fucking giant chainsaw that weighs a ton."
Yeah.
Here he's like, "Oh, thank God, this is so nice." And they made this puppet for real. You could buy it, and now it's like impossible to get. And I'm kicking myself for not getting it.
I love that it's like an actual replica of him.
It's so cool. I know in one of the Dead by Daylight skins, he's wearing that.
John, I asked Robert earlier. No, I am broke for the foreseeable future.
Bruce Campbell's screaming just never gets old. He can do it in his
No.
sleep at this point.
I mean, he's made a career out of this character getting the shit beat out of him. Whoa.
And this
Hey, do you
episode gets
remember
to do fun,
Inception?
creative shit. Yeah.
Talk about a movie
No,
that came and went. Like nobody talks about Inception anymore.
it was a pretty big hit.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say it wasn't. I said nobody talks about
Yeah.
it anymore.
No, what I like about this episode is it goes to those Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors places.
Yeah.
It's similar setting or doing some creative stuff with the environment.
Do you remember Kelly?
Oh, that's who that is.
It's really a shame she hasn't had a bigger career after this show.
She deserves it. She's great. Like she should get better stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if
She
this is
should be
a
in
hot
movies and
take, but
shit.
I like Kelly way more than Pablo.
Oh,
Um,
I love both of them, but yeah,
I
Kelly's
like
great.
both of them, but I think Pablo hits a point where he becomes just a one note character, and then that's like what he is for the entire show. She at least gets other stuff to do.
Yeah, for sure. Don't do that. Why'd you do that? I also like that episodes like this just give the other actors more variety in what they can do. Um,
Oh, don't worry, Robert.
that's
She
always
was
fun to see.
girl number 2 in Two Broke Girls.
Oh,
Her second finest role.
was she one of the titular broke girls?
No, she's just girl number 2. Her last movie was Friendsgiving.
Oh,
This looks amazing.
and you got to do the electroshock therapy, trying to fry his
What?
brain.
Do you think the Penguin was looking at this show?
I hope.
I mean, the Penguin wishes it was this show.
Split diopter shot.
What was it we were watching that did this shot for like no reason? Oh, the Fog remake where it like zooms in on Tom Welling, but it has the shot in the background for like no reason, and you were like losing your mind.
The Haunting remake also did a split diopter shot
Or
where there's
oh
just
no, that's what it
nothing.
was. Not the Fog. It
Yeah,
was the Haunting with because it was Liam Neeson like in the front, and then just nothing
and
behind
the
him.
background, yeah, the background's also in focus, but for no reason.
And it's funny because I wish that Flanagan had maybe done that with the show, because there's like so many
Mhm.
little ghosts in the background that it would have been cool to maybe highlight. But I
I
don't think
love
he
the.
does that in.
I don't immediately recall if there's a split diopter shot. Oh my god, Chet's
It's Chet.
alive. It's nice to see him again. And Ted Raimi is one of those guys where his filmography is almost entirely Raimi projects.
Yeah, except for a
It's
couple things that it's just really weird to
like
see.
Candyman.
Candyman, The Quarry.
Yeah, no, he was great in the Quarry. It was fun to see him there.
He's why I was interested in that game. I was like, I don't know. I don't know any of these actors, and part of the fun with Until Dawn is I knew a couple of those actors. Uh, when are we just gonna start a Bruce Campbell channel? We just watch through all of his.
Oh my god, they're watching public domain horror.
That's truly the scariest thing of all. Ted Raimi was in something else that I watched recently. Oh, we gotta play Evil Dead Regeneration because he's in that.
That's true. Yeah,
He's in an episode of Supernatural.
that's great. Has anyone played more characters in the Evil Dead franchise than Ted Raimi? He's got to hold that record.
Uh, yeah, probably.
You got Henrietta, you got Chet, you got the regeneration character.
But do you count every mini Ash as a different character from Army of Darkness?
Except
No, because he's
some of
also like
those
the
aren't Bruce
fill-in.
Campbell. Most of those
Uh,
are different guys, and when you look closely, you can tell.
uh, because you, uh, because he also like did the chimp stuff in the
Yeah,
first
he's the
movie.
double. He's a double for some of them.
Slasher Fred,
Oh,
Ash
and
versus the Evil Dead series felt like it was a continuation to Army. I mean, it
yeah.
is. So I would hope it feels that way.
Well, like you were saying earlier, I think it's a good blend of the two. You get the humor and personality of Army of Darkness, but with the gore from
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2. And also with Ted Raimi,
What?
speaking of art, remember, Ted Raimi plays like three different characters in Army of Darkness
Yeah.
for no reason.
He voices the character in Invader Zim.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I don't know who Scooge is, but
That's an unfortunate name.
yeah.
Uh, he's freaking out.
It's so funny too looking at Ted Raimi's like credits because you get to video games, Evil Dead Regeneration, and then The Quarry. That's it. There's no in between. Yeah, so just in Army of Darkness, he's the cowardly warrior, he's the swordsmith, he's a villager, and he's the S smart clerk. I think the least he has is Evil Dead 1 or 2, where he's just Henrietta. Wait, he's in Patriot games?
Oh my god, that's great.
I haven't seen that, but I've read the book.
I need to rewatch that. I haven't seen it in
Uh,
a long time.
that's kind of that golden era I think a lot of people think of with Jack Ryan, where it's Harrison Ford.
Mhm.
Which I'm gonna be honest, like I haven't seen the movie, but when I was reading those books, that's not who I imagined for Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan is not the point of Jack Ryan is that he's an analyst. He's not a field guy. That's not
Mhm.
Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is the field guy. But we every time we cast him in an adaptation, it's like here's action star hero.
Mhm. He also gets progressively younger over the course of those movies. We go from Ben Affleck to Chris Pine in the last couple.
The Chris Pine one I believe is a fresh full reboot.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the no, it's weirder because unless I'm wrong, like Patriot Games is still in the same continuity as Hunt for the Red October. So he goes from
Mhm.
like Alec Baldwin to Harrison Ford to Ben Affleck.
Yeah, seems legit.
I want to
But
see
all those actors look like exactly the same.
I do want to see Hunt for the Red October because I want to see um, Sean Connery play a Russian sub commander. That's
It's
gonna be
amazing.
peak.
That movie's great. Sam Neill's also in that movie.
Oh yeah. Wait, what? Oh, wild. Do you remember that movie Without Remorse from like 2021 with Michael B. Jordan?
Oh yeah, that's based on a Tom Clancy book, I think.
That's a Jack Ryan spinoff.
Mhm. Yeah, that character he plays, I think, is in some of the Jack Ryan movies.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that is John Kelly. Funnily enough, codenamed Rainbow Six. And if you know anything about your video games, Rainbow Six is one of the big Tom Clancy game series. Um,
that's
we keep
probably
we keep trying with Jack Ryan in film, and it never works out. I don't know why we keep trying.
yeah. I've heard the show's all right. I should give
Well,
the show a
apparently
shot at
they're
some
making
point.
another movie.
Yep.
Yeah, the show could be good. That's probably the only time they've cast somebody that I buy is Jack Ryan. This was the second time that Bruce Campbell and Lucy Lawless have worked on a TV series produced by Sam Raimi. Yep, since Hercules and Xena.
Yeah, I've never seen those shows. I at least want to check out the Bruce Campbell episodes. I'd watch
I
those.
I do because I remember seeing them. I've never seen a lot of the show, but as a kid, I had the animated big crossover Hercules and Xena show or movie, and I loved that. To watch those. Uh,
Yeah, I think Xena is now the better remembered of the two, especially
they
since Kevin
probably
Sorbo's.
yeah. One of these people is a great person. The other is Kevin Sorbo. Um, Jesus.
This is the goofy Evil Dead shit I love. Just a hand puppet covered in blood.
Yeah.
You don't see that in most shows.
I don't. But back to Jack Ryan real quick because I don't know how far that show gets. But what's interesting about the books is he starts out like I said, as just like a lowly CIA analyst. But by the
Mhm.
time you get about halfway through those books, he's the fucking president of the United States, and we never
Yep.
get there because we keep making shitty action movies.
We keep rebooting.
We have to reboot.
When I was a kid, I just assumed that Air Force One was a Jack Ryan movie, just when he's the president. Because in my defense, Harrison Ford plays the president of that, and his character is named Jack. I just thought it was a Jack Ryan movie,
Oh,
and he has a wife
wild.
and daughter like Jack Ryan
Okay,
does.
so this new movie is a reboot, but not a total reboot. It is a continuation of the show.
Yeah, yeah, Krasinski's still doing it, so that's
Weird.
interesting.
Yeah. I don't know how far that show got.
I think 3 seasons.
I mean, like I don't know how far into the like books
Hmm.
or if it's even adapting the books. It's so fucking hard to tell anymore.
Yeah,
Tom Clancy died and then his properties just became whoever wanted to make something and fucking Ubisoft will slap his name on anything they can.
that's
It's
true.
it, it's really
Yeah,
sad.
I'm aware he's not that involved with those games, like past the first one, but his name's
No, it
always
was
there.
funny because a few years ago they announced a mobile game that was like a crossover. Like here's Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell. Here's blah blah blah, and then at the end it was Tom Clancy presents. I was like, fuck you. No, he didn't. He's dead. And I guarantee you, if you showed him this Fortnite looking mobile game, he'd go, "What the fuck is this?" The original movie was almost a remake of Sam Raimi's short movie Within the Woods. That is true
That's true.
because Within the Woods was made solely to finance The Evil Dead.
Yeah, it's like a proof of concept short film. Although I am aware that Within the Woods goes in like a more traditional, like slasher
Yes.
type
Bruce Campbell, I
direction of
believe, is
that
the
era.
final Deadite in that.
Yeah, I think he's like the main bad guy in the end, and then there's Linda or whatever her name is like the final girl.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it. I've tried to watch it before, but it only exists in like
It's
really
really hard to
shitty.
look at.
Like it's rough. I don't know if that could ever properly be restored.
Probably not, because
I'd love to watch it though.
that's a Super 8 film. I don't even know if you can like upscale
Hmm.
that. Tyler
Yeah.
says there was meant to be a Six Siege movie. I think the problem is who's the market for that? They're political thriller action movies. Yeah, there's probably like a small audience for that, especially nowadays. But you would need a huge budget to even make it. The only
Well, one thing
reason
I was gonna.
is like not even Mission Impossible is doing good, and that's Tom Cruise trying to kill himself on screen.
Well, I was gonna say earlier that I think our generation now probably knows Tom Clancy more from those video games than
Yeah,
Jack Ryan. But even then, that is that's also an old property at this point. Uh, I don't know how much people still care about those games.
honestly, if they well, you still get like the Division did really good. People are clamoring for a Splinter Cell remake. I think that's what they should do is stop making Jack Ryan movies. Make a Jack Ryan video game.
Yeah. Or a comic book series.
Yeah, I'm shocked they've never tried to do. Don't destroy the book.
Ashes turning evil.
This was Dragon Ball Super. He'd be Ash Black. And then you could have that cop go, "Don't shoot. This man isn't black." Somebody knew what they were doing when they recorded that line.
Oh my
Oh, I
god.
forgot.
Imagine,
This is a two-parter.
yeah, imagine if the show ended there. That's the last episode.
That'd be peak. All right, that is season 2, episode 7.